All right, hey guys, I'm Draco from Bluescreen Bronies, and I've got here the My Little Karaoke team of Renard and Smiley. Go ahead and say hey, guys.
Hey guys, I'm
Hi
Smiley.
there, I'm Renard, not the Canadian musician guy, actually, just another Renard.
He's French, so sexy accent time.
Yeah.
Woo!
Well, if you say so, yeah, maybe I. I just hope I just hope you can understand me at least, because well, I'm not really that great at speaking English, so well.
It's okay. It could be worse. We could be
In any case,
speaking
no.
like Trekkie or something. So,
Mm,
but
okay.
anyway, My Little Karaoke is a little different than the games that are already out there right now. It's basically just what would you say, like a SingStar edition of all the Brony songs?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's basically what Stepmania is to DDR. It's an official PC version of SingStar, and we're basically building a song pack on top of this engine here. So we're including both show songs, official songs, and custom fan-made songs, and trying our best to edit that with a focus on quality, on video, on music, and trying to put it all together.
Well, this is a game that I could see being licensed by Hasbro because it doesn't create any violence. It uses it uses their show songs, but also uses some of the fan songs. So while being licensed by Hasbro is great, you kind of have to get licensed by all those Brady musicians too, that or just keep it free and release it. So, what were your thoughts going into this? Were you hoping to get noticed by Hasbro and get licensed, or were you just hoping to distribute it whenever you could?
When I first got into it, there was only one song that has been done before, and that was Winter Wrap Up. And I have been searching all over the internet so I could sing some pony songs. And my first thought was, I mean, if it's not there and I can do it, why not? And if I have done it, why don't I share it? So it was nothing to do with being noticed or anything like that. It was simply something for the fans.
Okay.
What happened though was that a few pony projects, rhythm games project existed beforehand, such as Trotmania, which is a DDR with pony songs, and the Pony Rock project here. And on my side, I wanted to contribute to some rhythm games things in the fandom too, and this was basically a free slot here. And I was kind of surprised, like Smiley, that only Winter Wrap Up was done with the SingStar format. So we just tried to go a bit further than that and to include as much songs we could in this project here.
It's a great plan for your project, and I just had to ask, how many people do you have on your team right now? Because I can see two people in the Skype call, but how many people does this require to make an efficient team?
Well, the easy part with that is that since it's only a song pack, anyone can come in and work on a single song and contribute to the project. So you don't really have to focus on graphics and to focus on editing music. That gets done in the end. But well, I have no real idea of how many people actually contributed to the project. There are a few names that always come to mind, but some people actually contributed for only one song and left. And others, like Smiley, stayed there for a very, very long time. We had maybe, I'd say, four people working on songs or really focusing on the project, and a few guys who came to help. And we have no news since. Well, when it started, actually, I asked the first guy who made a SingStar song, Winter Wrap Up. It was Mike Greywolf on NeoGAF. If he wanted to add his song to the project and to start the project with that, he agreed. And well, while he did a great job with that, I had no news since that day of him. So well, I'd say maybe 4 people working on songs and maybe 2 people working on what is needed on the technical side, hosting, for instance, web hosting, which is kind of important here. and for communication too. So yeah, maybe 4-6 people, including what's in the back office.
It's a pretty small team, and it doesn't sound like it needs that much work to be a game. I mean, you don't need a full team of people doing coding, AI, that kind of stuff. It's more of a just making the songs work in an already sound infrastructure.
Yeah, the engine already exists, so we're using Ultrastar Deluxe, and we don't have to work on that. We did contact the guy working on the engine to work with them, but we didn't really had a lot of answers. They're now working on a new project that's more like it's an updated version of SingStar called Vocalux. But since we don't do any code here and we just have to contribute to a song pack, we do not need to have an engineering team, really. It makes things a lot easier, and we can focus on songs one at a time. So do you want to add something, Smiley?
Yeah, I mean, what you said, the engine is there that we can work with. The only things we really need are high-quality audio and video, if we can get it. That has been a bit of a problem, but has been resolved for the official songs right now. And after that, it's only the editing of the song itself, and that doesn't take that much programming expertise. It's more time-consuming and more something that you need a practice with than actual major skills. I mean, that's what I do, so...
All right, you guys work on a music game, so I have to ask, what's your favorite song so far?
Oh, that's a tough one too, but I'll go with maybe the Heart Carol, which might seem surprising, but it's what Daniel Ingram said, that it was his tribute song to the fandom too, and I tend to agree with that. I really like it.
I have to say, from the official songs, there are two that are pretty much tied, and that's Smile, Smile, Smile on the one hand, and Stay Aria. But I have to say, I also really love the Magical Mystery Cure songs. And from the Brony songs, it has to be Lullaby for a Princess.
Oh, Matthew Mosier. Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you see the future of this game, or rather, modification of a game? Do you see happening in the future? Do you plan on upgrading to a newer engine? Do you plan on bringing this to conventions as you can? Since you're both in Europe, I figure you won't be to American conventions as we will, because we got so many, because it costs so much to fly from Europe.
Oh yeah, it does. But there are a few plans anyway. The first of those is that we want to focus on releasing a game that could be mistaken for a real SingStar game. So we're right now focusing on building everything and putting everything together so it feels like a coherent experience. We have no plans right now to update to another engine, but the song pack is meant to be used anywhere. So I know that Ultrastar Deluxe is not the only engine that can run it. You can actually import the song and use the songs in Vocalux, in Performus. There are some alternatives, I guess, on maybe even Nintendo Wii, but it's not official, and on Android maybe. So you can basically just use the song pack and throw it at any engine that supports the Ultrastar format and get on with playing. As for conventions, we're definitely bringing the game to conventions. Yes, we're going to Galacon this year. Smiley, I'm not sure if you're going to Galacon or not right now.
If I come, I will come as a normal guest, so I will not host anything or be at any major panels or something like that, but I will do my best to get to Galacon. That's one of the first major things.
Well, Galacon is a big convention in your area. I mean, it's the BronyCon of Europe. So,
yeah.
Well, besides
two of them.
Who's counting that?
I do plan on going to Galacon and display the game here so people can at least try it and to play it. Maybe, the plans are not clear here, but there will be a room dedicated to rhythm games here. I guess. Well, So we will be there, and I expect to be at Brony Days too, because it's in France, so it's kind of easy for me to get there later in September. But in any case, if any other conventions want to use the game in a gaming room or in any event they would like to set up, well, it's free to use. So, well, they don't have to ask us anything to use that, but we'd appreciate if they dropped a line telling us that they would use the game and feature the game at the convention. Last year we tried to, well, I went to Everfree in Seattle, and it was not planned, but we did try the game in the gaming room here. And well, we had the feedback was really interesting, and it was really well received. So I'm definitely counting on featuring the game at conventions as much as I can.
That sounds like a wonderful idea, just to give conventions the ability to do this, because I really don't know too many people that don't like karaoke, so this seems like a very great idea to basically get free publicity for it. Now, my question to you is, what are your plans? Let's say the pony thing falls through, or Hasbro gives you the mysterious letter of doom. What are your plans for the game then? Are you going to redesign it, re-release it, or just going to leave it as is?
Well, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, but, I mean, we always have the Brony stuff to fall back on, so if really bad comes to worse, we can always just delete out all the official pony stuff and make do with the Brony songs. But, well, the greatest thing would be if they would contact us and say that they would release it officially. But yeah, that's a real pipe dream.
I don't really expect Hasbro to do an official SingStar game on pony songs, actually, because, well, the songs are not really lengthy enough for such a game, or a commercial release at least, and their target audience.
Are you kidding? We have more than an hour worth of pony songs alone, and not to count the fan-made things. I mean, I have SingStar Queen, and that has less running time.
It definitely has a lot less songs in official SingStar release, yes, but the songs are usually longer. In My Little Pony, songs might span maybe for 1 minute, 2 minutes at most, whereas on SingStar it might go up to 4 or 5 minutes. So it feels a bit different when you actually play the game. It's not the same, of course, with Bronies songs, since those are a little longer. Feels like you're in a regular SingStar game when you sing only Brony songs. Right now, the other thing about releasing it commercially, from Hasbro's perspective, I guess, would be that it's not really that their target audience here. They already released a few karaoke songs on DVD, but no microphones, no scoring. You only needed a TV set and a DVD player, and kids can just sing along. So, well, as much as I'd like to have it deemed to be commercially viable, if that makes sense,
yeah,
I'm not sure it fits what Hasbro is trying to do with My Little Pony, and the way they focus on DVDs or Blu-ray right now, and integrating karaoke songs in it has a lot more reach anyway. So this is more for the Brony community than for the general My Little Pony audience, I guess. But in any case, well, maybe kids won't be able to set it up because, well, so far it's a bit complicated maybe to install the game. We're trying to redesign the process so it's a bit easier, but, well, maybe if parents do set up a PC with this kind of game for their kids, I guess it would work just great anyway. So, well, there it is. In any case, we'll have to wait for Hasbro to contact us, maybe, about what they feel about this project.
Definitely cross that bridge when it comes.
I'm not really in a hurry because if they contact us, it's likely to be DMCA. So, well, we're.
You always take that possibility when you make a game that has any other product in it. I mean, it's unlicensed. It's basically got no permission from. You always take that risk, but it's always better to cross that bridge when it gets there. I just wondered if you had any pre-work plans, just in case it happens, because it has happened before to other games that are popular.
We definitely can rely on Brony songs for that. So if anything happens, we can just remove, like Smiley said, the official songs and get going with the Brony songs.
All right, so we've already discussed your favorite songs so far, what your plans are in case stuff hits the fan, so to speak. So what are your plans for the coming year? Are you adding more music still? Or are you just letting it sit as it is? Or are you going to do I guess you could say commercial release, even though there's no money involved? Are you going to do a release of it of some sort?
Yeah, there will be a release of the Wolfpack because there are a lot of songs we've been working on all this time, and we haven't released yet. So expect at least that for the summer here. For next year, I guess we'll just continue adding songs to this project, seeing how season 4 will go, for instance, and seeing how the Brony community produces a lot of songs too. Well, so far the focus is really on producing a game for this summer here and trying to release it this summer. So we have no date set here, but I definitely would like it to be finished, at least for GalaCon. But, well, after that, I guess we'll have to see what happens with the Brony fandom anyway, if more songs get created, and if anyone gets interested in the project while we display it, for instance, at conventions, or if they just hear of it on the internet and want to contribute, maybe we'll be able to add a lot more songs too. So we'll have to see what happens after this summer.
Well, that brings a pretty good question. If they want to contribute, where would they go? Do they just send you an email? Is there a form they need to go to? Or do they just need to post it on YouTube and you'll find it?
Well, we have a website here, so they just will have to go to mylittlekaraoke.com, and there is a forum link, so they can contact us here. It's kind of easy. Smiley made a guide on how to get started to work on songs and add songs to this project. So we have a few things here to help people start with building songs for My Little Karaoke.
That sounds like a fairly easy thing.
One thing that we've been a bit struggling with, I mean, it's always a bit of a challenge to find good pictures to match up with the songs. We have a cover picture and a background picture that we like to add to every song. And we don't want to have one artist, but if anyone wants to contribute, if anyone thinks that for a specific song they have a good background or cover picture, they can also contact us on that forum, and maybe we'll add that too.
Exactly. On the note of pictures for covers or backgrounds, I did set up a DeviantArt account for My Little Canary, which is not really active, so I would advise not to contact us with DeviantArt, but each time we want to include some artwork in the project here, we first tried to contact every artist out there to ask for permission, but it turns out it's really complicated. We have to wait a long time before getting to know if it's a yes or if we have to remove it. So what I'm doing right now is that I actually add the things I find on DeviantArt to the My Little Karaoke group, and artists can know this way that I wish to include it. It's not really the best way of doing that because I'm not directly asking for permission, and I know that's not really a great thing, but it does help to speed up things a bit and to be able to work on songs on our side, since we need to focus on song making and to go fast sometime. It's definitely easier way to do it. So if there are any of you listening to the podcast right now, browsing DeviantArt or being having seen a request by the My Little Karaoke group on DeviantArt for one of your artwork, this is likely to mean that we would like to include your art in the project. And if you don't want that to happen, don't hesitate to drop us a line. If you wish that to happen, don't hesitate to drop us a line too. We'd be really pleased to have some feedback on that.
All right, here's a question for both of you. For people that are new to karaoke, what advice would you give them? Obviously, besides have a couple of drinks because that makes everybody better. But what would you advise to them doing karaoke for the first time?
Smiley?
Yeah, many people try to mimic the exact voice that they are hearing. That's not strictly required. Mostly, well, we're talking about girls singing mostly with the official work, and that tends to be higher than, for example, my voice. And you can try to sing it like a duet, as if you were accompanying the person that actually sings. And that works just as well because it only works within one octave.
Personally, I would suggest that people, if they're going to play the stage, I guess it were, make sure your area is wide open because it's very easy to trip.
Yeah, or just use wireless microphones and hide your cables everywhere. But well, did you try the game actually, Draco?
I have not yet. I gotta admit, I'm not that big into karaoke, and from what I've seen, it takes a lot of drinks for my friends to get into karaoke.
Yeah, maybe you had a chance to play SingStar or Rock Band, Guitar Hero, with a microphone anyway,
Rock
so you
Band,
might be
yeah.
aware of the experience that the karaoke is, or even a regular karaoke, I mean. But how did you feel?
Rock Band seems like something to get people into the karaoke scene a little bit more, even though it kind of failed as a game, I guess you could say. But it looks like it would be fun at conventions, so I'm hoping that we could at least try to bring this some more American conventions now.
Okay.
All right, now, if a convention wants to use this, do they have to contact you and ask you permission, or just do it and give you credit?
Well, I'd say just do it. Go ahead. They don't even have to contact us, but I would appreciate to have some feedback anyway, in two forms. The first one being informed that this convention will use the game to entertain guests, and the other one is that we would like to have some feedbacks when people play the game and what they think of the game and what can be improved, for instance, what maybe needs to be fixed if there are some bugs or whatever feedback they have. We would like to know. Also, we have a topic on the forum in which we wanted people to actually post pictures, videos of them singing. So if anyone wants to contribute there, that'd be really fun to do. We would love to.
Sounds like we need some more convention pictures. We've got conventions coming up. We've got a ton of games coming out, and it seems like this game should be highlighted at conventions just because, one, it gets people together to sing, two, it gets people to be a little bit more social, and it can actually get them maybe back into a scene of the Brony fandom that is really kind of lackluster between seasons, because there's really not much coming out for music-wise right now, so it might kind of reignite a flame in some people, and I want to applaud you for having something like this, so that way it kind of highlights the musicians, and it also gets the audience involved.
Well, thank you. The only advice I would like to give to someone new to karaoke was just to try to go ahead, to grab a microphone and just sing whatever they want, however they want. I mean, you have to train. Definitely, if you want to achieve high scores, for instance, in such a game, even in SingStar, or even if you want to train your voice to be able to sing, you definitely have to learn the songs a few times. So just jump in, grab a microphone, and go ahead. Don't be shy. It's easier when you're with a lot of people, actually, because you're just grabbed into it. But even if you're alone and you want to practice at home or whatever your reason is, go ahead. Don't be shy about it.
Well, that sounds like great advice to end us on. And again, I want to thank you, Renard and Smiley, for coming on behalf of Milo Investigations and telling us a little bit more about your game that really not too many people know about it outside of a few posts on Equestria Gaming and Equestria Daily. So, I mean, this will hopefully get it out there and get it more popular and maybe get it used at conventions. Wink, wink.
Let's hope so.
Sure.
Thank you very much for coming in and talking about it.
Thank you for having us.
Alright guys, this has been Draco with Bluescreen Bronies talking with the My Little Karaoke team. Please go to their site, milokaraoke.com, correct?
right?
Yeah, mylittlekaraoke.com, you will be able to download songs here. Not everything is available right now, but it will be made available during this summer. So we're expecting you guys.
Okay, you heard it here, folks.
Thank you again for the interview, and well, see you again, I guess, later. I hope so, at least. Thank you for hosting us.
Yeah. Oh, no problem. Definitely we'll have you back on. And to the viewers, sayonara. Or how do the French say it?
Au revoir.
Au revoir. Yes, there we go.
Now the hour has come at last, the soft and fading light has crossed the west horizon and has bidden us good night. And what a lovely night it is to walk